So Angel Yard, this was previously a garage site, which we have used good growth funding to turn into a fantastic entrepreneurial and business hub. I have to say I've been here 6 months. The first thing that my director said to me is, it's a 15-year programme, I want you to deliver it in 10. I've been involved in 3 ballots, and this is by far kind of one of the most I think impressive ballot results, because 85% of eligible voters voted.
Hello, I'm Toby Fox from 1.5 Million New Homes, the local government challenge, sponsored by Redloft and Lovell. And every month I'm visiting a different council to find out what works and what needs to change to get more homes built. And this month I'm in the London Borough of Enfield. And I'm going to visit Sarah Lovell from Enfield Council on the Joyce Snells Estate to find out a bit about design and placemaking and some of the challenges that the council faces in delivering new homes.
I am Sarah Lovell. I'm the Regeneration Programme Director at Enfield Council, and I'm responsible for this estate regeneration scheme, which is the Joyce Snells Estate Regeneration Scheme. It's a really exciting opportunity for our borough. This is a transformative regeneration scheme that's going to deliver 5,000 jobs and up to 2,028 new homes, 50% of which will be affordable, which is a net increase of 579 affordable homes for residents in our borough.
Fantastic.
Which is critical with the local need that we have. The scheme is obviously going to provide replacement homes for the existing secure tenants and resident leaseholders that we have here.
How many tenants or how many households here already?
So we have we have around 333 tenants, but we have a significant number of resident leaseholders. About half of the estate is leaseholders, so that means that we've got substantial cost in delivering the scheme.
Because you have to buy out those leases.
Exactly. So alongside the new homes, we are looking to reinvigorate the high road. We're delivering new retail, new commercial and new affordable workspace. And we're delivering new community space as well, which is really key here. So we are providing, for example, a new civic hub, which is going to be home to our new library. And it's going to have a cultural offer as well, which we're really excited about curating with the community.
What's a cultural offer?
So we're going to be working with the residents on that, but we've got the living room library now, where we're allowing residents to come celebrate culture communities, and they're putting on their own events and activities. We're letting that expand and letting that grow, so that when we do build the new community and cultural facility, it will be kind of down to the residents to really take ownership of some of that, which we're quite excited about. The scheme will also be kind of set around a new huge residential kind of park, which will have play facilities for all different ages. That's been really important, the open and play space for residents. So this is a scheme that's not just about housing numbers, it's about creating a thriving, inclusive, healthy neighbourhood at the heart of Edmonton. So we're really excited about it.
So I could put on my hard-nosed mask, right, and say that's a lot of fluffy stuff. You're talking about libraries and community sort of areas for cultural activities and play space and so on. Given that money is so hard, given that need is so great for new homes, why are you taking up so much time and effort with that fluffy stuff?
Because place shaping is around people, place and partnerships, and we have to deliver, we have to listen to our residents. We have to listen to what works and what doesn't work in this area so that we can make a successful place. And so for us, we spent a lot of time listening to our residents. We spent a lot of time thinking about the place, what's unique about this particular place, what's the assets that we have, what's the culture, what's the history. We are very lucky. We're bounded by kind of two overground stations, and we've got a high road. We're really lucky here in terms of accessibility and potential. And then we know we need to work in partnership, and kind of our partners are telling us that to create this kind of thriving neighbourhood that we want to, we need better health facilities, we need more community facilities. So we're really kind of behind delivering those. And, you know, it's not easy. It's really challenging. It is really challenging. But we are seeking different funding pots to be able to deliver these types of things. So, for example, we're stood here today in this park, which is something that we've delivered in partnership with our Journeys and Places team and with the school that's just here. So the children from the school have helped design this playground and co-design what type of play equipment they want. And so we've worked with them and secured funding from Levelling Up to deliver this project.
Yep.
So we've got this one and we've got a series of other projects as well. So for example, we've got Angel Yard, which was a disused garage site that we've been able to use good growth funding for to transform into a new kind of business and entrepreneurial hub. It's fantastic. We've got local residents that we are growing and they hopefully will be able to take the affordable workspace, the commercial retail space as the scheme progresses. So we're creating that pipeline of local opportunity, which is great. We're also using that Levelling Up funding to fund 11 other projects as part of Shaping Edmonton. So we are investing in the living room library, which I've just spoken about, in that community facility. We're investing in public realm and reinvigorating the high road. So we're really committed to putting in that early community investment, growing kind of local identity and driving the benefits that residents have told us they want to see.
So we're in Angel Yard now. Tell us a bit more about this place and also the length of time it takes you to do a regeneration of this scale.
Okay, so Angel Yard, this was previously a garage site, which we have used good growth funding to turn into a fantastic entrepreneurial and business hub for our local residents. So we've got a great company called Launch It, who are helping develop and grow our local entrepreneurs and businesses. They provide quite a great package of business support and growth. And the ideal, hopefully, is that these businesses will grow and be able to move into our estate regeneration scheme and our high road.
So you've got like 30 businesses in here. This is really impressive.
And it's always, you know, we have a very low vacancy rate. There's a real demand for it. So it's fantastic. So there definitely is a local entrepreneurial spirit in this part of Edmonton.
And that idea of providing the kind of nurturing space for new businesses and then moving them on to bigger spaces as they grow and so on, that kind of indicates your long-term view that you have to have when you're doing regeneration. But how long exactly for Joyce and Snells? So
it is a long-term scheme. I have to say I've been here 6 months. The first thing that my director said to me is, it's a 15-year programme, I want you to deliver it in 10. So there's no small challenge there. But they are long-term projects because of the very nature. So we have an estate full of residents, 795 homes. We've made assurances to those residents that we will build them new homes and they can kind of directly move from their current home into their new home. That takes time, that type of phasing, but it minimises disruption for residents. And so that is one of our considerations. The other kind of consideration that we have was we're desperate to accelerate delivery of homes. We have to be realistic. You know, we're dealing with a market at the moment that is challenging, that is difficult. This scheme is delivering 1,000 affordable homes, but 1,000 private homes as well. And market saturation at the moment, you know, we've gone from kind of 5-6 sales a month down to kind of 2 or 3. And so we have to be realistic about kind of how many homes we can bring on and kind of sell to the market to help cross-subsidise these regeneration schemes. Having said that, cross-subsidy model isn't working across London at the moment.
Partly for that reason.
Yeah, exactly.
And partly because sales prices aren't high enough to cover the costs that have gone up.
We've got increased kind of interest rates, we've got increased cost inflation, and the sales values are plateauing, so we don't get that cross-subsidy. And I guess that's why funding is critical. And I think kind of we're in a really challenging funding kind of situation. Whilst all of the recent announcements are welcome and they're fantastic, what estate regeneration doesn't have is one single pot of funding. So councils and RPs are navigating multiple funding pots that often have different criteria and different timescales that related to them.
But you've been really successful doing that. You've told us how many pots you've raided to support regeneration on Joyce and Snell. So why is this a problem?
I mean, for us, we've been very forward-thinking and we've been able to identify those funding pots, but it's not easy and it is challenging. And I think we've been able to take a view, because we've got a healthy HRA, that, we can afford that upfront investment and we can afford to take a risk on maybe funding pots that we want, but we are not necessarily guaranteed.
And the HRA is the money that's sort of held over from your rent that you gather from housing that you're allowed to use to spend on building new homes.
Yeah, so this estate is held within our housing revenue account, and so it's funded by our housing revenue account. And we're lucky enough that we have a healthy HRA, so we can front fund some of this. But estate regeneration requires significant upfront funding in engagement, consultation, master planning, ballots, all things required to build trust, but they take time and they're very costly. We are able to take a view that we can front fund that on the basis that we're going to get funding. We've been very lucky. We've secured affordable housing grant, we've secured Mayor's Land Fund and Levelling Up funding, which is facilitating this regeneration scheme. However, we're on the cusp of a new affordable housing programme. We will need more grant in the future. We've secured grant for the first few phases, but we'll need grant for the future. And we will need land funding to support all of those acquisitions we talked about. We said there's 795 homes, half of which are leaseholders. So there's a lot of leaseholders to acquire, and we will need support in the future. And we just think that one funding pot for estate regeneration would unlock so many, thousands of homes across London. We've been working with London councils on an estate regeneration prospectus, looking at why estate regeneration schemes are stalled.
London councils is a sort of body representing all of the different London councils.
Exactly. Yeah. There's just so much potential through estate regeneration, but they're stuck because of lack of funding certainty. The 10-year affordable housing programme provides opportunities, but we need more than that. We're shoehorning estate regen into an affordable housing programme at low grant rates, 250, 260. Regen schemes need more than that. We need a bespoke, flexible programme over the long term.
And you would argue that the success that you have in bringing residents with you on this journey of change would indicate that it's worth that extra money. It's worth taking the time to do all that consultation and so on. Tell us about your kind of ballot results and what kind of responses you're getting.
Yeah, I mean, I've been involved in 3 ballots, and this is by far kind of one of the most I think impressive ballot results, because 85% of eligible voters voted. In schemes that I've worked at, usually you get kind of 60, 70% if you're lucky. So we've got a really engaged community here. Over kind of 78% voted in favour. So we've got a real mandate to deliver, which is fantastic. So we're really excited.
You just need the money.
We just need the money for the future phases, We're getting on and we're delivering the first few phases. We're going to be starting with 270 units in March. So that's great. And we're just looking now at kind of what's the next phase that we're going to be bringing forward.
Sarah Lovell, best of luck with that. And thank you for playing your part in getting 1.5 million new homes built.
Thank you very much.
And that's it for another episode of 1.5 Million New Homes, the Local Government Challenge, sponsored by Redloft and Lovell. We're going to be back, though, in a few days with more from the London Borough of Enfield. Until then, if you like what you've seen, please click like and subscribe, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.